impressive career. The king or the GOAT?
I love this topic because I love delineating between greats. It's LeBron James. LeBron James has by far and away had the most impressive career. Now, like you, Marcellus, I try to figure out what is my opponent's strategy of their argument before I state my own.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and defeat the other side of the argument.
Me?
See, the only other side of the argument is that Tom Brady plays a sport with more players. Therefore, it's harder to influence winning because there are 22 players offensively, defensively, and totality on the court. That's the only thing. Go ahead.
Okay.
Get rid of that.
All right, keep going. Keep going. What else you got? I got 2 left. Don't you dare say more about my notes.
That's it. That's the argument for Tom Brady. Now, what's the argument for LeBron James? LeBron James has been great on different teams in different cities, but more importantly, with different coaches, several of them. Okay, what's LeBron James do? The first thing he does is he takes a no-name coach, former video editor in Eric Spoelstra, to the NBA Finals. Eric Spoelstra had lost in the first round 2 prior years. LeBron James, NBA Finals.
Hold on. Oh, sorry. There's a lot of stuff in this room.
LeBron James. That's the first thing he did. Now, what's LeBron James do after that? LeBron James now goes and takes David Blatt, who was in coaching in Europe for 20 years prior, and he says, you know what? I'm going to take you to the finals. Then what's LeBron James do? He takes a coach who's most known for getting stepped over in the NBA Finals, Ty Lue, to the NBA Finals, and wins a chip with him in his first year. Then what's LeBron do? He flies across the country, flies across the coast to LA, and takes another video editor, Frank Vogel, in his first year to the NBA Finals. There is nothing an athlete has done in the history of sports over the course of a career that is more impressive than what LeBron James has done with his career. LeBron James could take myself to the NBA Finals as a coach. LeBron James could take Marcellus Wiley to the NBA Finals as a coach. LeBron James could take Gabe, our video editor, for SFY to the NBA Finals as a coach. If LeBron James can take all these people to the finals as a coach, LeBron James has had the most impressive carear, more impressive than Tom Brady.
Oh, my goodness. So you want to go there?
We're there already. I'm waiting for
there?
you.
Well, obviously, I'm going with Tom Brady. And let me just start off like this is not even a level conversation. Because when you talk about basketball players versus football players, it's impossible, even for me, to remove the bias that we all have towards basketball players. Don't think there's a bias? Did we go to high school? Yeah. Do you remember those dudes walking into class? 6'9" bean poles walking in class, and you try to holler at the same person they try to holler at, you ain't got a chance in hell. Because basketball players, they live a different world.
I went to an all-boys school.
Oh, you did? Damn. I know. Well, no hollering there? Not progressive? Okay. Anyway, so the point is, you ever been in an environment where there are basketball players and football players? The club. You ever been in a club with a basketball player? Hey! No, I play football. Oh, okay, move. Who's that dude off the bench in the NBA I need to see? This is a whole different reality. Look, they live in tank tops and shorts, and they go to the free throw line. Did someone touch you? Oh, no. Everybody, get away. You stand over here. You stand over here. Okay. You get 2 free throws. Let me talk about the sport I played, football. Ain't nothing free. You pay for everything. Mr. T said it best. It's one word to describe football. Pain. And you know what? LeBron James answered this for me, for you. But, of course, Acho just wanted to come out here and be the wordsmith.
What'd he say?
LeBron James, through his actions, said, I'm an all-state football player. I'm an all-world basketball player. Like water, I will choose the path of least resistance. And LeBron James said, forget that football. Let me play basketball. But let me make a stronger argument why. It's really simple. Tom Brady's just greater. He's accomplished more. LeBron James didn't win his first NBA title until his 9th season. 9th season? You imagine Tom Brady had to wait 9 years to get his title? Oh, he didn't even wait 1 year. First year starting, Tom Brady said, let me get that. And then he got 3 out of 4. And everybody's like, oh, it's been a little bit of a drought. He had a little perfect year. Little bit of a drought. Lost in the Super Bowl. Little bit of a drought. Let's draft behind you, Jimmy G. Oh, let me just go 3 more times and win 2 more times. No, LeBron James has four titles. Amazing. That's 5 more than I got. I mean, real. I know the math. Here's the thing. Tom Brady is like 4. What are we talking about? What's your win percentage in those moments of truth? Not the same. What is your appearances? The same. What's going on? I thought you could take a video director, and I thought you could take a European coach, and I thought you could take anybody who got stepped over. Oh, but when it matters most, Tom Brady is still the greatest.
Big dog, let's talk macro, let's talk micro.
Okay.
Let's zoom the camera in, if we shall, on their individual careers. Now, Tom Brady, he got 14 Pro Bowls. LeBron James, he got 16 All-Stars. Now, Tom Brady, he got 5 All-Pros. That's cute. LeBron James, he has 16 All-NBAs. Now, Tom Brady, he does have 3 MVPs. LeBron James has 4. Tom Brady, though, has 4 Super Bowl MVPs, and LeBron James only has 4 Finals MVPs. So at least Tom Brady's level there. If you want to talk about the fact that Tom Brady has played on better teams, we can also talk about that. Because remember, Marcellus, what happened the year that Tom Brady got hurt? He missed that season. I think it was a torn ACL.
11-5.
11-5, right? 11-5. That's still pretty good.
No Super Bowl.
What? No, they didn't make the playoffs. 11-5.
Exactly.
They didn't make the
I
playoffs,
know that.
But they still went 11-5. Marcellus, what happens whenever LeBron James leaves somewhere?
When he leaves somewhere?
Or when he's just not healthy? Because the Lakers, with LeBron James hurt, what happened with them? And then the Lakers, when LeBron James came back, that's a whole chip, sir. What happens when LeBron James isn't present or when he leaves? That same success is minimized at a greater rate.
Oh,
Tom Brady
we're not doing that, are we?
I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
Tom Brady left with the same roster, 11-5. 11-5, sir.
You trying to give me an argument, really, that is based off of when LeBron is not there, the minus argument. What about when LeBron is there? What about when Tom Brady is there? Go
where you need to go.
I'm there. Tom Brady already took me there. Tom Brady said, dog, I am the reason. I'm the common denominator between 1 dynasty, 2 dynasties, and potentially a 3rd if I get this thing rolling in Tampa Bay. Don't forget, the Tampa Bay was horrible before Tom Brady got there. The most losses in NFL history.
Okay.
The most losses in all sports franchises
That's
history.
fair.
More than my Clippers. And y'all love to talk bad about my Clippers. Talk worse about the Buccaneers and how he changed that culture. Here's the thing. Brady has, good Lord, is LeBron 40 yet? No, so it's a little premature to have this argument, right? I know how old LeBron James is, but Tom Brady has reached the Super Bowl for the 3rd time after turning 40. So Tom Brady's already sunned him in his 20s, sunned him in his 30s, and he's like, and in case you want to do this when you're in your 40s, you still got to keep
teens, though, huh?
Huh?
You ain't mentioned teens, did you? You talked about 20s, you talked about 30s, you talked about 40s.
LeBron was in the league in the teens. His team wasn't going anywhere, but he was beasting out of control. This is not a shot at LeBron James.
Of course.
This is just to show Tom Brady got him by this
Let me ask you something. I'm going to ask you a question that seems arbitrary, but I have a point with it. The Bills, when they went to 4 straight Super Bowls, would you have called them a dynasty?
I wanted to, but I kept getting pushed back, so I can't.
But you wanted to.
I wanted
Like, you could make an argument that going to 4 straight.
Because you put your team in position always to win it all. That's why I love Peyton Manning more than even Tom Brady. I don't think he's greater, but I think he's better because he always put his team in that position. But Tom Brady's like, I have to.
Fair.
Yeah.
Now, if you said that the Bills, because I would agree with you, going to 4 straight Super Bowls, I would say that's pretty dynastic.
Right.
If you were going to say that, then I think we also have to say that LeBron James has been on 2 and counting dynasties then. Because LeBron James in Miami, what happened? 4 straight. Then LeBron James goes to Cleveland. What happens? Another, 4 straight. Now LeBron James is in L.A. 3 straight in Cleveland.
Straight, 1-1.
All right, and now LeBron James is in L.A.
Percentages. You win half, you win 1.
But that's why I asked you the question before I let you know where I was going. Yeah. I didn't want you to know where I was going. You might have changed your answer.
Okay.
If the Bills going to 4 straight is a dynasty, which I'm not going to argue, because I think if you go to 4 straight Super Bowls, hey, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
If that's a dynasty, then you have to say LeBron James going to his 4 in Miami, check, dynasty.
Yeah.
LeBron James going back to Cleveland, going to his 3. I thought, going back to his 4, that's the dynasty. Now LeBron James in L.A. just won 1, currently has one of the best records in the West. You have to say he's on 2 dynasties and counting, which would still be greater than Tom Brady.
Yeah, but do you want $1 or do you want 100 pennies? Like, I mean, come on, man. I used to grow up like that. When penny rolls go up to the bank or you go to the liquor store, you're like, all right, how much is this, damn it? I got to add up LeBron too much. Like, oh, you got 1 over here. You lost over there. You went over here. You had this coach over here. Tom Brady like, dog, I ain't got to do all this chasing for my greatness. I hate the chasing of it. Even though I'm not mad at it because the power's with the players, not the general manager. I just don't think it's the same as Tom Brady, who sat still for 20. and said, give me 6. And then in the first year, LeBron James, when he went to the Cavs, it took him 4 years to even get to the finals and lose. Tom Brady in his first year went to the Super Bowl and won. This was a dead conversation from hello.